Pokemon! You know what I love? I love me some good old-fashioned Pokemon. Everyone with a pulse knows at the very least what Pokemon is, and it's a hit that's crossed the generations with how long it's been going on. 6 generations specifically, but whatever. But all the main games have a certain character in common. Always there for a battle, always there to make it interesting. I'm not really narrowing it down, am I? Well, it's these guys, your rivals, the guys who travel with you on your journey. They meet up with you at random points to battle you, and they help you out, and they drag you down. And their job is to make sure you're always at a good skill level before you continue your adventure. That way you don't get totally stomped by the gym leader right behind them. They come in all shapes and sizes, from fat to skinny, blonde to blue, happy to sad. But what they all have in common is that they follow you on your adventure. They've always got the same team, just upgrading it. And they always help to teach you your way around the game. Now, some of you out there may be clamoring, "But Chongo, you beautiful-looking soul, I was never taught by my rivals. They were just there to fight every so often. I mean, except for, like, Caleb and Serena in X and Y, they taught me how to catch a Pokemon, but I already knew how to do that. I already played, like, 5 Pokemon games before this. Maybe 3 if you... Wait, what? Is there a script? Well, that's because it's teaching you through gameplay, which is honestly probably the coolest way to teach somebody, because it does it without big tutorial prompts. So let's talk about the rival who I think did this teaching the best. Blue, who ironically was the most of a jackass. I believe that Blue shows both the spirit of what a rival is and the ability to use such a character to lead the player along the right path through the beginning of the game. And that's what we're going to be talking about here. And while I'm at it, I'll probably gush about some of the other games' teaching tools. It's going to be great! Let's do it! So let's pretend we're back in 2004 and we're seeing this game for the first time. We're about 8 years oldish. And it's our very first Pokemon game. Heck yeah, I'm gonna catch a fire lizard thing. That. I saw someone draw it. So you start the game by talking to Professor Oak and you get to put your name in. And most first-time players will just put their name in. And then you meet Blue, described as your rival ever since you were kids. Now, you get the choice to name him, which isn't anything new. RPGs let you name characters all the time. You can name him after a friend of yours, like I did. You can name him after your favorite villain. Or you can just name him Wiener. But come on, you can't be that mean to this guy, so I'll just call him Jay. So the game starts and your mom tells you Professor Oak needs something, so you go to the lab where you meet Blue for the first time. And he says, "Oh, it's just you?" Just me? I'll have you know I am a big deal around here. Ah well, maybe you're just a little grouchy, got up on the wrong side of the bed. We may be rivals, but we can still be friendos. So next time you meet him, Oak's trying to give you each a Pokemon, and let's say you're an angelic little child who does no wrong except for that one time, and you want to offer your new friend the choice to choose first in case he just really wants that Charmander. I mean, you had your eye on him, but come on, Jay's your friend. You let him have the last French fry, and you let him have the Charmander. He says, "Heh, I don't need to be greedy like you. I'm mature." Greedy? So you take the Charmander, and he's so cool, he's like your own little lizard, and you name him, and Wiener takes the Squirtle, and then he challenges you to your very first battle, and this is the first teaching moment. Now, before we go any further, we need to talk about how nuts Pokemon can get. It's a surprisingly complicated game with all the different stats, special versus physical attacks, type effectiveness, same type attack bonus, stat raising and lowering, status abilities, hold items, and don't get me started on EV training. There's a lot of math involved if you want to be a true master. And this game was marketed to little 8-year-olds who may not even played a video game before. So introducing these elements in such a way that doesn't give you sensory overload is pretty important. So keep that in mind as we continue this video. Anyway, so you're battling Wiener and it's your Charmander versus a Squirtle. And the battling against your rival is teaching you the bare bones basic of how this game works in terms of turn-based combat. You start with a menu saying fight, Pokemon, bag, or run. And since Wiener wanted to fight, fight seems like the best option, I'll give you a go! Now you have another choice of whether to scratch or growl, and since scratch sounds much more aggressive and more like something that will actually hit him and damage him and make him feel pain, you choose that and boom, landed it. Then after that he hits you, and then it's your turn again, and now you basically know how turn-based combat works, and the battle's designed so that nothing else can possibly distract you. No one has held items, all the attacks are normal types, there's no super effective or not very effective attacks, your ability Blaze can't activate because you don't have any fire type moves anyway, it's a super simple battle, and if it's your first time playing the game, now you know the general idea, which is all you need for right now. All thanks to your rival. So the battle ends and you head over to Viridian City, but first you must pass Route 1. This is where you meet wild Pokemon for the first time, and it gives you a lot of time to practice with a new turn-based strategy thingy on some weaker Pokemon. Now let's say you make it to level 7, you learn Ember. You decide to test it out, and whoosh, whoa, fire, dude! Just like my tail, it came from my tail. I have tail powers. This is gonna end up being your strongest attack for the beginning part of the game, and you can use it to take out wild Pokemon much easier and much quicker. So you heal up, grab the parcel, go back, and Professor gives you some Pokedex and Pokeballs. Yeah, I'm gonna go catch a new friend. Like, yeah, dude, look, a Rat-a-Tat's like a mouse. I'm gonna name it Cheddar. Look at Cheddar, look at Cheddar. So cute. So for the sake of this example, let's say you don't know what's coming and you don't do a lot of grinding on Route 1 and you head right on over to Route 22. And you get a run-in with Wiener again. And he teaches you a lot this round. Let's go through it step by step. First, before the battle even starts, he tells you that the Pokemon League is that way, but you won't be able to challenge it until you have all the badges. This gives you an exact goal in mind and an idea of what's in store for you. Get all the badges, get to the Pokemon League. I mean, the Pokemon League. Even the name sounds epic. And Wiener's the one to tell you that. Look at it in the text box right there. He did it. What a good job, Wiener. So you feel pretty confident, right? I mean, he couldn't have done that much work until he leads with level 9 Pidgey. Oh boy. So after Cheddar goes down faster than a lead balloon, Cheddar! You eventually take out the Pidgey and get him out to his second Pokemon, which in this case is a Squirtle. And you're worried at this point you're gonna lose, and you figure you need to give it all you've got, so you use your strongest attack in the arsenal, which is Ember. Come on, Barry, let's turn this turtle into turtle soup. With the fire. Yes, burn! A what? That was only like a damage and a half. What? No, what? No! So you just learned that your fire attack does nothing against this Pokemon that's part water. At this point you realize that he has this sort of advantage since he's the water that can put out your fire. And fun fact, Squirtle learns Bubble at level 7, and he's level 9. At this point, you're fearing for the worst. You know what's about to happen. He uses Pound. Now, while compiling footage for this episode, I learned a couple interesting things. Like, for instance, during this battle, the AI intentionally avoids using a move that is strong against your starter, although sources like Bulbapedia clearly state it has access to it. It's dumbfounding. Like, it has Bubble. It can probably kill me in a few swift blows, but it keeps using Pound. I'm actually at a loss for words. I was gonna have this really big point. You know what? We're gonna change things up a bit. Usually I talk about how great a game is. We're gonna talk about the way the Game Freak messed up on this. I really love Pokemon, but this is a mess up and I'm gonna address it. This is such a missed opportunity because it shows you both how type advantages work on both sides, being defensively how your attack was garbage, and offensively by how much your opponent wrecked you. You feel the downfall for it, and you feel bad about how badly you got your butt kicked by this guy, which makes his whole arc complete, in that he's the person you're supposed to hate, and the person you're supposed to be trying to chasing throughout the entire thing, who's always one step ahead of you. Not to mention, remember like 10 seconds ago when I was talking about how it puts you on the downside of the type advantage? Well, guess what? Later on in the forest, when you have bugs and stuff, you can use your Charmander to have it used in your advantage. You can feel that sort of catharsis. You can be like, yeah, I lost this before, but now I'm winning to this. It's a sense of redemption. It's a sense of... Not to mention, it teaches you in a very safe environment what happens if you lose to a trainer. You have to give up half of your money, and then you get rushed back to a Pokemon Center. If this happened later on in the game when you'd collected a bunch of money from all the trainers, you'd be like, what the heck, man? I thought I earned that, but then freaking Blue Wiener came up here, and he just took my money. Angry rants aside, though, this still puts him at one step ahead of you, because odds are he's going to have higher level Pokemon than you, and eventually he just stays that one step ahead the whole time. He's a jerk the whole time, so you want to pass him, and that leg up all started here in the beginning, where he taught you the basics from how to battle, how to lose, how types affect one another, and how you gotta remember the name, Blue. Or Wiener.